Don't buy products made in China. Do not buy anything that's labeled made in China. Why? Because it's crap. It's worthless. It's junk. At least that's how the stereotype goes. That's what people say about products made in China. So the question that I'm going to ask today is that really true? Or is the fault or the problem really you? What if I told you everything you think you know or you knew about Chinese products is actually wrong? From cheap junk to dominating global tech, here is really the truth about Chinese products that nobody's really talking about. Or if they're talking about it, it's not really mainstream. Everybody just says Chinese products are bad. Today, we're here to have this conversation. I'm pretty sure by the end of this video, you might be questioning everything you thought you knew about Chinese products. I mean, we've all been there, right? You bought a $5 gadget that dies in a week. The problem? China, made in China, bad quality. But what if I told you blaming China for all the bad quality products you're buying is like blaming a restaurant for cooking food at your own house? That doesn't sound right, does it? Here's the deal though, China isn't just the dollar store of the world anymore. They're making the phones in your pocket, the EV cars on your streets, and the drones that are actually filming Hollywood blockbuster movies. And guess what? Even your favorite premium brands like Apple, like Tesla, DJI, Ecovacs, these are all products made in China. So why does the cheap stereotype still exist when a conversation about Chinese products arises? The idea and motivation behind this video is I'm going to try to unpack and do my best to let you hopefully understand that the real story on the ground behind Chinese manufacturing isn't what you think it is. Now, China now is on the rise, right? They have billion-dollar brands. They have like pretty much like a tech revolution going on. You've heard about DeepSeek. There's a lot going in China you have no idea about. So why is still made in China a bad mantra? Soon I'm gonna predict made in China will not be synonymous with low quality. It might actually turn out to mean luxury. Stay with me because I do believe by the end of this video, you will be questioning everything you thought you knew about Chinese products. And also the idea, the notion that China just produces low quality stuff is totally, absolutely wrong. Now, before we get into it, I have a little story I want to share with you. There is an app in China called WeChat. You might probably have heard of it. It's just like WhatsApp. So there are groups on there that people share ideas and discuss stuff. So I was on there, I saw a conversation between two people. And one was actually narrating an incident that happened while he was in England. So he was with his boss and I think a couple of colleagues. So one of them decided to buy something on the streets and his boss was like, why would you buy that? Why would you buy that cheap Chinese crap? And the guy said he actually felt a bit offended because I think he had like a Chinese heritage. And he's like, no, that's not the problem. He's like, the problem is you guys can only afford low quality Chinese products. The problem is not because China is producing or churning out low quality items. And seeing this, it actually made me think, you know, why that stereotype still exists in discussions and in conversations. Why do people still think everything made in China is low quality, it's trash, or it's absolute crap? Now, I founded a sourcing agency in China. It's been around since 2018. You can check us out, www.onegoat.com, goats.com. So I can tell you confidently without bias that things that Chinese produce are actually of high quality. So the problem isn't that China only produces cheap and low quality products. The problem is just that most people can only afford cheap and low quality products. I'm assuming the question on your mind would be why, but why would you come to China or why would you deal with China and buy just low or cheap quality stuff? It's all about profit margins. Most people come in here, get the cheapest quality or the cheapest stuff possible because of their markup. They buy low and then they sell high. That's the only way they can make money. So the problem is not about China, it's about people and what they want from China. It is true though. It's true that China produces a vast range of low-cost goods, but it's a mistake to generalize all Chinese products as being of inferior quality. I think that is a bit unfair to a country that literally takes care of the world, so to speak. Now I'm gonna make my case here. Bear with me, right? I'm gonna give you a few points as in why I do think this is a misconception. Sorry. Now, the first I'm gonna break down is that China is home to what? Some of the most advanced manufacturing facilities in the world. Companies like your DJI, Xiaomi, Huawei, you know these brands, right? These are globally recognized products. These are globally recognized brands, and they come with like pure innovations and quality. Now, if you go to a website like DJI's website, or if you go to a website like Huawei's website, now you can literally tell that all the stuff they have there are cutting edge technology. They are made with precision. They are made with global standards in mind. A company like Huawei literally compete with Samsung and Apple. So it's kind of obvious to understand that China isn't just producing junk. Secondly, many high-end brands such as Apple, Tesla, Nike, and I mean, you can pick Adidas. Most of these guys manufacture their product in China. The iPhone, for example, is assembled in China with one of the stringent standard controls in the world. You cannot compromise on quality when it comes to Apple, and these products are being manufactured in China. So you can tell that China is literally demonstrating a high capability of producing world standard or world class products. Not only that, Chinese brands are also no longer just producing for the world, but they're also creating their own brands. Now, if you pick a company or a brand like Lenovo when it comes to computers, when you pick a brand like Haier when it comes to Haier, I believe that's how it's pronounced, when it comes to home appliances, when it comes to EV cars, BYD, there is a Neo, there are other brands on the market that are really competing and winning consumer trust with reliable and innovative products. When it comes to price, I always pitch price against quality, because the perception of cheap quality often stems from consumers buying the lowest priced items. Now, in reality, China produces goods at every price point. If you pay for a premium product, you are highly to get a premium quality product. The issue isn't the origin of the product, but the price tier at which you buy the product for. If you source product from China and you tell them you want this price point because your market cannot afford X price point, then they will manufacture that exact price point quality. If you understand what it's commensurate with the quality, they'll produce that for you. So it's not a matter of the manufacturer not being able to provide or produce or manufacture high-end quality products. It's just that these are your requirements. Now, one last thing I want to share with you is that there's been a cultural shift actually when it comes to quality in China. Now, over the past decade, China has shifted from being the world's low-cost factory to a hub of innovation and quality. Now, this year, actually, the Chinese government, they have an initiative called Made in China. Now, this aims to upgrade manufacturing capabilities, standards, and promote high-tech industries, further improving the quality of Chinese products. So, yeah, sure. While there might be, I mean, not a few, there are certainly low-quality products coming out of China, for sure. But the country is also producing some of the most advanced and reliable goods in the world. The key is not to look beyond all these and just stick to the stereotypes and evaluate products based on their brand, price, and intended use rather than the country of origin. Now, in summary, I would say you do get what you pay for. I think we can all agree to that. Everybody can agree to that. You do get what you pay for. So if you are in contact with a Chinese supplier and you want good or high quality products, make that clear. Let that be on the top of your list of your requirements. If you just look at the price point because you want your markup to be really high, you want to make really good profit in your market or your country, then they will give you exactly what you're asking for. So when you're trying to make contact with a Chinese supplier, first and foremost, try to communicate the quality at which you want your products to be. If you're good with low, cheap product because that's what your market wants, so be it. But if you want top tier high quality product, I'm telling you, they can get it done for you without a question. This is what I do, and I've been doing that for almost a decade. I hope this video brought you some sort of value. I mean, a lot of people do not really understand what it means dealing with China, what it means to deal with China, and I hope this video gave you a bit of an insight into that. So if you did like this video, hit the subscribe button. This is just one down. We have more to go. So I'll see you on the next episode. Stay focused, stay positive, and most importantly, take action.